Hello everyone, it's me Uncle John. Today I am going to read S3 3127 Changing Shores by Pamela Janet. Where land meets water, Earth appears to be a small blue planet when it is seen from outer space. It looks blue because its surface is mostly covered by water. Some of the land masses can be seen from space. Most of Earth's space surface is covered by water. Each landmass is shaped differently. All land masses have shores where the land meets the ocean or sea. This is called a shoreline or a coastline. On most continents, there are a number of countries. Some of the countries have ocean shorelines and others do not. Which two countries in South Africa do not have shoreline? Do you recognize this continent by its shape? This is Africa. Right, these two countries are Bolivia and Paraguay. How shores change. Like the earth itself, the shores are changing all of the time. The wind and the waves of the ocean pound against the land. Water and wind wear away the rock. The sand moves. This action is called erosion. Constant pounding from waves erodes the rocks. Erosion can cause a sandy beach to form over time. This happens when waves pick up rocks, pebbles, and other materials from the shores. The motion of the waves grinds these things together. They then break apart into small pieces. Some shorelines are made up of only sand. Sandy shorelines change shape all of the time. The sand may shift in all directions. The patterns on this beach show how the sand has shifted. As the sand shifts, it sometimes builds up along the shoreline. A sand spit may form if the sand connects to the shore. If wind blows sand high up onto the shore, it may form a sand dune. Some shorelines are made up of rocks and cliffs. Many of these shorelines take more time to change. Over time, water and wind wear away the softer rock, but the harder rock stays behind. Arch, rock stack. Rough waves can cut into rock and form caves and arches. After a long time, some arches collapse. A rock stack may be left behind. A changing shore in Great Britain. Most changes to the shores take hundreds of or thousands of years to occur. Sometimes, however, change happens quickly. A shoreline can even change overnight. The Holderness Coast is the fastest eroding shoreline in Europe. The Holderness Coast in Great Britain is a shoreline that changes all of the time. Every year, about 2 meters of shoreline erodes into the sea. During the last 200,000 years, the shore has receded almost 400 meters. Holderness Coast 맵기 coastline 2,000 years ago. Present day coastline. Villages that have washed away. Present day towns and villages. Spoon Head. Many villages along the Holderness coast have been washed into the sea. Flamborough Head. Along the Holderness coast, the cliffs are very soft. The rock cracks easily and breaks away. The cliffs slide into the water. The rock is washed away by rough storm waves. Caves form in the soft rock. The people live and work on the cliffs above the shore. When the cliffs break away, the streets are destroyed. People's homes and other buildings sometimes fall into the sea. People often see the coastline crumble. At one time, the Outdown Church stood at the edge of the cliff. The cliffs kept breaking away and the shore kept receding. Now the church is under the North Sea. The Holderness coast continues to change every day. As the waves erode the land, the shoreline will continue to change. However, people still live near the coast. They try to protect their homes from the constant erosion. People build walls to help protect the coastline and help their home. The power of storms. Hurricanes can change shores quickly. Hurricanes are also called cyclones. These storms start over warm tropical ocean. When a hurricane moves over the shore and onto the land, it can be very dangerous. The pounding rain, strong winds, and huge waves affect the land. In 1992, Hurricane Andrew hit the United States. The storm moved across Florida and along the Gulf Coast. It was one of the worst hurricanes to ever strike that area. Hurricane Andrew. This satellite photograph shows the size of Hurricane Andrew. On August 26, 1992, Hurricane Andrew passed over the many islands off the coast of Louisiana. The storm pounded the small islands. The wind, rain, and waves changed the shores of many of them. Matt Key, path of hurricane, date hurricane passes over. One of the islands affected was Raccoon Island. The beach on Raccoon Island was washed away during the hurricane. The shoreline of the island was changed almost overnight. Before Hurricane Andrew, after Hurricane Andrew. Wow. Forever changing. The Earth's shorelines are constantly changing. Usually the changes are slow to occur, but sometimes they happen quickly. These changes make each shore different. The end. Oh, glossary. Let's check out the glossary. Arches, curved structures that go across an open space. Cyclone, tropical storms with very strong winds and heavy rain. Hurricanes, large storms with strong winds and heavy rains. Erosion, the process of wearing away by water or wind. Receded, moved back or away from. Rock stack, part of rock left behind after an arch collapses. Sand dunes, a mound or ridge of a sand, are built up on the shore. Sand spit, a narrow point of land that extends into a body of water. Shores, land along the edge of bodies of water. The end.